Nice. Well, good morning to you folks. Beautiful, beautiful morning out here. It's almost glass conditions, birds chirping, sun's right up, so haven't beat that first light period, but that's not a problem at all in my books. But yeah, we're just gonna see how we go today. We've just got some rock bars, some drains, and we've got a run out tide, so it literally was high tide about an hour or so ago. But yeah, we're gonna see how we go. We're gonna throw a bunch of different stuff, you know, my usual plastics, hard bodies, you name it. Got some stuff that hasn't been released yet, so I'm going to try that sort of stuff out. We'll head to the first spot here. It's just a little bit of a deeper bend with some rock on it. Hopefully we get something. Let's go. So I think we'll start somewhere around here. It's a bit of a rock bar, a little bit of a deeper sort of ledge. We've got plenty of bait showing up on the sand and some bigger stuff down deeper. So we might just start here. We might just throw some simple stuff to start off with. Conditions are perler. There's birds all up on the banks and bait flicking and all sorts. So just got a bit of a run out tide here. So we're going to push up the creek and just see what we can get and what we can find. Should be a good day. Sitting about 4 meters. Just got a little tiny suspect on at the moment. And yeah, just about I think a 1/6 or 1/8 jig head. We're just going to kind of flutter it down to the bottom and just see if we can't entice a bite here. Yeah, plenty of bait on the surface, which is good. Hopefully we can make it happen. First hit. That's the one that's tapping it. Don't think it'll be very big. Don't think it'll be very big. Definitely some life down there. I'm getting some taps and nibs and stuff. Found some rock as well. So there's definitely stuff down there. Yeah, look at that. What it is, I'm not sure. Yep, there we go. Nice. Find a bit funny. Didn't even get my net ready. Almost lost my rod in the water. I don't think it's big. I think it was just wrapped a little bit. Oh, no way. No way. No way. Stay hooked. Stay hooked. No way. Yes. Nice. Haven't caught one of you for a long time. Hello, sir. That's what you are down there. That's what you are down there. So cool. Not a massive fish, but gosh, I haven't caught one of these guys for a long time. I'll just pull over somewhere and then get a nice photo of him and send him out of here. That is so sick. Well, that didn't take too long at all this morning. About 15 minutes of fishing. Look at that. Haven't caught one of these guys for a long time. Little Jewy. Very, very cool. Just a wee little fella tucked on this little bank here that's the run out tide, but it's a nice little fish on the 2.5 inch suspect there. Just running my light gear. I wasn't really expecting one of these dudes, but hey, I'll take that. That's very fun. Very, very fun. Well, I'll stop playing around with him. I'll get this lure out and send him out of here, but very stoked with that. Very stoked with that. Good fun. There you go. Just a little one doing the damage. Thanks for that, that was fun. Thanks, bud. You ready to go? Gone. So sick. I haven't caught too many of those little guys before in the past, as you know. I'm definitely a more shallow fisherman, but I think it's been about maybe a year or so since I've targeted dewies hardcore and caught some, but that's very, very fun on this little drain and rock bar here. It's got a bit of mixed bait, and yeah, that's fun. We'll kind of slowly creep back up to where he came from, but 1 to 3 kilo rod and sort of 10-pound braid and leader. But there we go, that's a suspect there. 2.75 inch and the grip bar jig head, so that's a 1/8, I think. Yep, 1/8. So pretty light stuff, not really intended for dewies and stuff, but I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. Not like a massive dewey or anything like that, definitely undersized, but as I said, I don't really catch them too often, so I will take that. I will absolutely take that. Hopefully there's a school there. Sometimes with these guys, when there's one, there's multiple, so we'll just see how we go. Pluck her down there and just see if we can extract a few more. I quite honestly thought it was a flathead or something, and then it did that big run and I was like, oh, maybe not. Maybe freaking not. Gosh, there's so much bait spraying up here. I just fished that area where I got that little dewey, and yeah, nothing really going on. Must have spooked the school, or he was just a lone soldier and I just unfortunately domed him. Pretty sure there's another rock bar somewhere around here, so I'll just keep scooting up and just seeing if we can see any bait or any life. Good thing about this zone is I have to come back through here so to get back to the car, so I'll definitely be fishing this a little bit later anyway, so I'm not too concerned if I don't get too much now, but more just about optimizing my time and just seeing what we can find. Some pretty fast moving stuff just through there. Nice. Nice. Sitting in on the bottom. It's mostly the target. Oh, just throwing the little imposter in around. Bada bing, bada boom. Lovely. That's originally what I was intending to target today. There we go. First little one of this morning. He's probably legal, just legal, but ideally I like a little bit bigger for the table, a little bit bigger. So he's going back in the drink. He's bleeding a little bit, so I'm just gonna swim him a bit. Hopefully he swims off all right. Oh, buddy. Go on. He swam off beautifully. All right, let's keep going. So what do we got? We've got one floodie, probably just legal floodie, and then what else have we got? Dewey as well. So not too bad for sort of an hour's worth of fishing. An hour or so. Can't complain with that. So there's imposter in and around here a bit longer. Nice, up in that drain. Little brimbo. Got a brim, floodie, dewey. All we need is probably a whiting or something, and then we've got all of them. I'm basically heading up to the next sort of deeper bend, but whilst I'm cruising up, I'm just looking for some drains and that sort of thing. On this sort of shallower side, there's definitely some on this deeper side, but I might fish that on the way back. And yeah, just looking for anything that's, you know, smashing bait in the shallows as well. The suspect's doing pretty well today, so what, we got 2 fish on the suspect, 1 on the 3-inch imposter. So very, very fun. It's good to just get back to basics, you know, just go for some bread and butter species and potentially get a feed out of it as well. Hopefully we can get something a bit bigger and we take for the table. Nice. Little brim. Little brim. You can see down there, there's a bit of, the glare's not showing up, but you've got a fair bit of stuff going on down there, whether it's prawns and little mullet and stuff, or predatory fish hanging around them. Yep, nice, we're on the jerk bait. I don't think it's big. Serious? Can't get away from these. Can't get away from these, even throwing a frickin' 80mm lure. Look at that. Cheeky bastard. Ah. So many brims up here. Plagues. Plague portions up here. Another one. That's the target, wrong size though. Up this little tiny creek. Where's your bigger cousin? Just gonna head out of here now just because yeah, it seems like there's plague proportions of brim, and I've got a small flatty as well, so there's definitely stuff up here, but not the size I'm after. So we're just gonna go back to the deeper sections, those deeper bends. Definitely confirms what was on that rock bar before, just a lot of little brim. That's okay. So we're just gonna go head a bit further down, might do some trolling. We'll just see how we go, maybe rig some different lures on, not 100% sure. The water clarity looks pretty good, so don't think I'll change colors or anything like that, but might chuck on a jerk or something a bit bigger, heavy hitter, something like that. But it's a glorious day out here. She's like blue skies, a little bit of wind, nothing too crazy, but she's awesome. So let's keep going. Oh, we're on straight away. That didn't take long. You serious? Trying to get away from you. So many of you. There we go. Oh, it's a little estuary cod. Well, well, well. Didn't expect you. Little codly. Little estuary cod. Trolling lures. I don't know what he was doing. He must have been come off that log or something like that. Hey, buddy. Yep, nice. Oh. That's running hard, whatever that is. I think a flatty cod. Who knows? Oh, a little grunter. Little grunty. Little grunty boy. Everything today. Relax, buddy. See why they get their name. Little grunty boy. Cool fish. See you, bud. Plenty of mullet schools and little white bait schools. milling in and around here. So imagine that hatch with the little paddle tail. All right, and just after the grunter, not a whole lot happening, a couple of nibs here or there, nothing too crazy. And we're gonna call that a day there. But really, really fun actually. So I think we're only out here for sort of 3.5 hours. So can't complain with the amount of fish we got. What do we get? We started off with a dewey, we got flatties, brim, a cod, and a grunter. So pretty much species diversity today, which is really, really cool. And mainly just throwing my light gear. So this is a 1 to 3 kilo rod. That's an Omen Black 13 fishing rod, 1000 size sort of reel with sort of 8 to 10 pound braid, and then a 10 pound leader. And the little suspect paired up with a gripper jig head, sort of in the 1/8 to 1/6 range. Did pretty well. So I can't really complain at all. Didn't get anything to kind of keep for a meal. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like if you did. Comment down below if you got anything for me, and hit subscribe if you're new. Appreciate it guys, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.